Well, look, I love grinding that one out. I thought we did a better job of, not that we had the bar set too high after that last game, but a better job of executing down the stretch. Harrison making two free throws was big for us. I thought Corey Joe gave us some really nice minutes off the bench. I thought Belly gave us some good ones as well, and I thought Buddy was pretty. Pretty solid all game long, just the way he was competing and knocking down shots for us. We really needed. And again, I love the 32 assists, 14 turnovers isn't bad. 7 from De'Aaron's way too many, but 32 assists is beautiful. That's how we want to play basketball. So, proud of the guys for grinding that one out.
All right, start with James here.
Hey, Luke, on that last defensive sequence, what was going through your head? Was it one of those "oh no, not this again" type moments?
No, what are you talking about? The last shot, or are you talking about the offensive rebounds they had?
Yeah, they're like 6 shots there on the.
No, I can't think that way. We're gonna make a play. That's what I'm telling myself. We are gonna make a play here. And look, sometimes you get bad bounces. Sometimes you get good bounces. Tonight we got probably what was considered some lucky bounces around there. But that's what's going to happen in a long NBA season. But yeah, as far as what I'm thinking, James is always positive. It's going to work out. We're gonna get what we need.
Sean Cunningham.
Hey, Luke, you guys have been in, down to the wire games all year. The way it played out tonight, where you guys almost have to be forced to make smart basketball plays coming off of that last game, how much can this be a little bit of a building block for some of these guys?
Yeah, well, every time we go out, that's what we're looking for, and it's it's different guys at different times. Again, I thought De'Aaron finally, he got into that like takeover mode late in the game, which is what we need from him, all the time. And we ran just some basic high angle screen and rolls where he got to the front of the rim. But yeah, we're every time we're stepping out there, we're looking, to make improvements on what we're doing. And the biggest room, they obviously missing some big time players today, but our pick and roll defense, we got to get better with that. It hurt us again tonight. It's nothing, they weren't running anything crazy, but we have to be able to get stops on that stuff. So like that's where we're constantly trying to make the improvement and then keep other things clean. And again, I thought offensively the ball was moving tonight. We could have done some things better, but for the most part, we're constantly playing pretty well on that end of the floor. But we have to get better defensively, so that we're not always just relying on making shots.
Jason Anderson.
Hey, Luke, you had guys on the floor at the end of this game. You had guys taking knees to the face. It took some toughness to win this one, right? What does it say about your guys that they kind of found that fight at the end of this game?
Yeah. They showed grit again. This is right now, and I can tell you as a former player, when you're a day or two away from All-Star, whether you're on a playoff team or not, these are the dog days of the NBA. It's hard. It's hard, especially this season with the amount of games and the amount of time, and everyone's banged up and all the different stuff that's going into it, from isolation to quarantines. It's tough right now. And I thought our guys, like you said, Jason, they showed grit tonight, and they fought through coming off a really hard loss 2 days ago. They fought through and found a way to not always, it wasn't always pretty, but found a way to win a hard fought game.
Jason Jones.
Not just this game, but even the Detroit game. You guys have had just kind of, like you said, not the prettiest wins, but you guys are always, it seems like, in a close, tight game. How much does that force you or force the team to focus on the details and show them how those little details can matter so much when you look at the Charlotte game versus Detroit and tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it's great for learning. I mean, that's what you want. That's what you want your guys to get the experience of going through it. And then when you get on a film session and you show, uh, something like the Charlotte loss, where we did a lot of things well enough to win, and then you show the amount of different times we had breakdowns throughout, why every possession is so important. And we all know no team is ever going to be perfect, but you're just trying to be good consistently possession by possession. And I believe when you're in these type of games, it's easier to grasp that and kind of understand why we're always preaching those type of things.
Marshall Harris.
Hey, Luke. Just, obviously coming into the day, Buddy was questionable, but he was going to play if he was allowed to play. Can you speak to the last couple of games, and specifically, I guess, this one more so, and just how it can kind of set him off on the right path? I mean, he's playing at a much more efficient level all the way through, and just not just scoring, but just distributing everything. No turnovers. Like, he just seems like he's taking his game to another level, even though he's in pain, as you saw at the end of the game when he re-rolled his ankle.
Yeah, Buddy's one of those guys that he's going to play through anything that he can play through. He loves to play. He'll stay for hours after practice, and he doesn't want anyone rebounding for him. He just wants music on. He loves playing basketball, and I agree. Obviously, if he's going to play like this, then especially hopefully we get Tyrese back, then we'll be hopefully getting back to where we were playing like earlier this year. But for him to have 6 assists, 6 rebounds, 0 turnovers, that's really helpful for our chances to try to win a game. And again, when they got off to an early start, I thought Buddy was the one that kind of put the team on his back and got us back into that game tonight. So he was doing it on both ends tonight, and doing it smart, as far as taking care of the ball, getting off it when he should get off it, and shoot when he should shoot.
Sam Amick.
Luke, good to see you, sir.
Love it, Sam.
Big picture question for you. You guys are one of those in between teams where you got to develop the young core. You got to keep some roster flexibility. You're pretty thin right now. You've had these big winning streaks and then backslides, and I'm sure coaching wise, that's a lot to navigate. I just kind of wonder in general, how challenging has that been? And as far as the players go, it seems like every time they've been asked about you publicly, they're very supportive, and it seems like your voice continues to make a mark with them, and that's not an easy thing to do. How have you managed to stay tied there?
Well, I think that it starts with the culture that we're working to continue to put in place here, a culture of openness and togetherness. We're not, we've been very clear that we're all in this together, and we know where we're trying to get, and we know we have to develop young players to get there. But to me, a huge part of development is playing to win, and not just playing big minutes, no matter what's going on. So the balancing of that, Sam, is always challenging. But if you're able to take a step back, it's also very exciting, even though it can be painful at times to see. You look at guys like De'Aaron and his age, and Tyrese and his age, and Marvin and his age, and it's exciting to see where this thing can go, as long as we continue to build the right habits, as long as we continue to stay together, and continue to work hard. And that's always been the recipe to success for me.
Just a quick follow-up with De'Aaron in particular. Has that relationship grown and evolved the more time y'all have spent together?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's, like any relationship, spending more time together. When you get good people together, and you show that you care and you're willing to work, and you can trust each other. I feel like that's where relationships are built. And then, if that's the case over time, then naturally, good relationships will continue to get stronger.
Thanks, Luke.
Thanks, Sam.
James Ham.
Yeah, Luke, kind of along the same lines. I mean, you guys started 3-1, and then you're 5-10, and then you're 12 and 11, then you're 12 and 20, and now you're one bad minute away from another 3-game win streak. Just how have you been able to keep even kill while your team is just completely manic the entire season?
Well, it's my job. It's my job. If I'm frustrated or angry, for the most part, it's my job to stay even keel. I think that as a player, I always respected my coaches who did that, and it's something I keep in mind as I try to coach. And there's obviously times where I'd lose it. But for the most part, I feel like when you look over and your coach is calm, or your best player is calm, as you know, it just naturally calms the nerves of the other people that are on the court. So it's something I try to keep in mind, and it's something that understanding where we're trying to get to as a group, that patience is going to be an important thing. So it has been way more up and down than we would have liked, but I'll tell you what, when we have a healthy group and our guys are, in that rotation we've been in, I feel like we're doing some really good things, and the future is going to be really exciting for this group.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, guys.